so we are going to also break down some tosses that we are going to be doing. I want to break down our technique 45 tosses. So we will do these just like we do standard tosses, like single, single, and a half double. We will do the same thing with our 45s. And I'm just gonna run through that right now. So you're always gonna be facing the back of the room. So I'm just gonna pretend right now that the camera right now is in the front of the room, and I'm gonna face the back of the room. What you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure that you're set up at a nice strong angle with that left hand at that, the tape closest to the pole tip, and the tab, and this is gonna be side of your body. So if you look at me from the side right now, we'll talk about this. Right now, I am currently at my 16 plane, my 16 and 6. So my pole tip right now is going to point 16, or the point at the center top middle, the back of the room, point 6, the lower middle front of the room. And then this will be pretty much level with my shoulders as I'm here waiting. So we're always gonna pass through, your standard 45 stuff, making sure I'm going through the flat at my eye level to my release point. So I'm now exchanging the flag tip to point 16 and the pole tip to point 6. So they're just trading places as I go through them. I'm in a nice strong second. You'll get the count off 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. You'll go to your release point on count 1. You're going to release. The free hands are going to stay here at my release point with that right hand going to the point 16, and then also my left hand behind my head. What's going to happen is I'm going to keep my left hand in place, my left foot in place. I'm going to pivot around at 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3. I'm going to catch that single. That's just our single 45. That right foot is going to have stepped to the end zone, turned out, and that left foot is going to be tendu, turn out. So if I were to step down, I'd be in a very wide 4th. And when I catch, I'm catching back where I tossed from, tab and bottom tape, with that flag tip now going to point 16 and the pole tip going to point 6 for the front of the room. So you should end facing end zone. I will start facing the back of the room, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3. Don't step until count 3, and then we're gonna check out and make sure that I'm not pushing that right hand forward, or I'm not under rotating and catching back here, but I'm right at my 6 and 16, almost like a hip shoulder angle. When you're practicing this on your own, think that if you were to just go from here to here, you'd be at a nice hip shoulder when you catch, just facing the end zone and a little bit away from me. Catch count for this is count 3. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3. We will also do single and a half. So now I'm adding a half a rotation. I'm going to turn my hat around because I don't want to hit it. I'm adding a half a rotation, so instead of catching silk up, I'm going to be catching silk down. Again, now the flag tip is going to point 6. The pole tip is going to point 16. And I'm catching at tab and a third away from the top tip. So that catch is going to be on count 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. I was a little under-rotated when I came in, it was here, and I had to push that right hand to save it, so I'm going to add a little bit more speed to make sure I get there by count 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Again, same thing, step across. With that right foot, leave that left foot in space, and in tendu. One more time, that looks like 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Catching here. We won't do doubles. Well, we might do doubles, but for now, let's work on single and a half. And yeah, that's gonna be our standard 45s that we're gonna be working on. Again, just a single is 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, catching on 3. Single and a half, we'll be catching on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And yeah, we'll talk about 27 points in space, but I'm saving that for when we're in person. Just think about that nice plane from the center back of the room to the center lower front of the room. That's what we're tossing on, not any of the corners. And that's why we're facing back. So you should, when you practice this, face back, catch towards your end zone, because that's how we'll do it in technique block. Yeah, and that's the standard 45. We'll also do some non-standard 45s, and I'm gonna break those down in another video.